everybody, and welcome back to another fun-filled week on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. Joining me tonight, we have Mr. Ron.
How's it going, everybody?
Uh, like you said, it was a long, crazy weekend in sports. We have some, I would say, a major letdown to start the season off. I mean, we have NCAA tournament wrapping up tonight with the championship game with two unlikely teams. Some football news that Ron had just brought up before we started the show. There's a lot going on, so hope everyone's in store for a fun-filled show.
Yep, it's a lot of crazy stuff. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Yep.
So where do we start?
Oh wow. Well, I guess we start with NCAA since that's going on now. Talk a little bit about that and what's happening. Obviously, UConn made short work of my Canes.
I was thinking you when that happened. I was like, oh man, Ron's probably really disappointed.
Yeah, I had to be realistic about it. UConn is just, they're really hitting on all cylinders. I'm pretty proud Miami got as far as they got. Taking out Houston was a major accomplishment. So, from that perspective, they got a lot further than I expected them to. Let me put it that way. But overall, I think that they put on a pretty good show. But if you had told me at the beginning of the tournament, hey, by the way, the final's going to be San Diego State and
UConn.
And UConn, I'd be like, okay, UConn maybe, but San Diego State? Really?
That is true. Good evening, Curtis. Thank you for popping in tonight. Always appreciate it.
Hey, Curtis.
But yeah, what is it? A 4 versus a 5 seed, isn't it?
Yeah, 4-5, yeah.
So actually, if Miami would have won, it would have been a 5-5. But that is if San Diego actually does come back and beat FAU, because FAU played a hell of a game.
Yeah, they did. That last minute shot was just as a money shot there.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell you, coming down the floor with FAU up and they had the ball, I thought it was over. But I've yet to figure out why somebody would take such a low percentage shot with that much time still left on the clock, given San Diego State a chance to bring the ball back down the floor.
Yeah, it was completely mind-blowing, but in the same aspect, if you're San Diego State, like, all you need one shot and one opportunity, and they took it and ran with it.
Yep, and he got nothing but net.
It kind of reminded me of the year Villanova NC was playing in the championship game, and Nova hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer for that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, don't get me wrong, it's two different aspects. One only gets you in the championship game, and then the Villanova shot won the championship. So, I guess you can compare the two, but in an aspect you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
So.
Both big-time shots, though.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. That goes without question.
Yep.
Because tournament's been more exciting than the other thing we're going to jump into is the story of the demise of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, I'll say the mantra that everybody should be saying right now. It's a 162 game season.
Thank goodness for that.
It's not like the Eagles starting 0-3. When there's only 17 games.
Okay, you make a point.
So, yeah, disappointing weekend. Nola doesn't even finish, 4?
Yeah.
Wheeler gets knocked around.
Yep.
And it looks like Nola's really struggling with this pitch clock. And, you got to be concerned that maybe they needed to get their starters more work during spring training in order to get them ready to roll with this, because Nola the way that Nola controls his pitching, very often you used to see him really take a long time if he was struggling to kind of refocus. And he has no such opportunity anymore. So I think that once he dug a hole for himself, he pretty much was done because he couldn't work his way out of it the way that he normally has his entire career.
Well, that and so far you've noticed the bullpen struggling too. This unhittable bullpen has been getting rocked. I mean, Soto, who we got from Detroit, gave up 5-6 runs, and then Sir Anthony Dominguez the other day gave up 6 runs, and you got nobody out.
Yeah. I mean, he gave up 27 runs in the first 2 games, which the only other team in history to do that was like the 1951 St. Louis Browns.
Oh, wow.
It's only basically happened 2 times in 100 years.
Yeah.
So, it's a horrible start. Yes. Are they losing tonight? Yes.
Yeah.
This is where there's going to be a little bit of a gut check because now you gotta rely on guys like Bradley Falter and Bohm, a bomb. Yeah, we got
Bing bong boom.
Yeah, so we got to realize that this one reliever turned starter, who's a 5 right now, with Suarez still on the shelf, Painter still. You probably won't see Painter until probably All-Star break around. I'm thinking, if then, but I'm thinking probably May, June, July. Probably definitely not May, June or July, I would say.
Well, Falco pitched it. That's true. And actually, he was the best one out of the 3 started over the weekend.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of like being the tallest midget.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't give up double-digit runs. Way to go, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean Falter didn't pitch bad. We'll see what happens in this series with the Yankees.
But it is the Yankees, and the Yankees are off to a pretty decent start too. Their bats are weak. I mean, someone had put it best the other day. I think I was talking to my friend Chris, one of my buddies at work. Like it always seems like the month of April is a horrible month for the Phillies bats. Like they don't warm up till May, June, July. Like they come out of the gate so cold, they don't know when to wake up.
You know who used to always come out of the gate cold? Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper would not kick in for a couple weeks after spring training.
True.
So, but we can't blame this one on him. It is a long season. You're right, Curtis.
No,
I think we just got to get that first one under our belt, and then everybody will calm down a little.
I agree it's a long season, but when you got 2 top 2 teams in your division, you don't want to fall back too fast.
This is true. You don't want to dig a hole that you have to climb, fight your way out of. I agree with that.
And especially since nowadays you only have 19 division games in your division.
Yeah.
So it's more sprinkled throughout the season compared to being the start of the season and then you always knew it was coming towards the end of the season. Now you don't know when it's going to show up.
Right. Because you're playing every team.
Yeah.
Starting this year, so.
Which makes for good baseball. It makes it more entertaining, I will say that.
But there's 19 extra wins we had against the Nationals. We might miss them.
Curtis, that's very true. I mean, what was it like? I don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to throw a number. I think it was 35, 40 division games every year that you had to look forward to keep you in your divisional race. Nowadays, that's only 19, so that's half of the opportunities.
Yeah, that's true.
Good evening, Darth. Nice to see you in the chat.
Hey, Darth.
He said, "Bird Gang."
Yeah.
We're getting towards it, man. I mean, probably not next week, but the following week, we're going to dive deep into the NFL draft. I mean, that's right around the corner, too.
Yeah, it is.
That's the end of this month. I mean, hard to believe we're already in April. So, no, we got a wise
Oh, wait. So do I get to do it?
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Okay, here we go. What's up?
Now,
that one's for you, Matt.
That was great.
All right.
He actually we were talking last Thursday. I don't know if you were in chat. He wants to start a what's up counter and on stream somehow having a what's up counter in like a corner or something. And every time somebody hits it, you would get a number added in the count. So, but that was pretty cool. Good.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, I've been working on it.
all those warnings looking in the mirror, right?
Yep. Yeah. There you go. You got it. Well, I mean, so kind of getting back to the Phils for a second. I mean, it wasn't like the weekend was without some bright spots. So, in searching for the small amount of silver in the lining, Alec Boehm looks like he is going to have a great year. I mean, his swing is so much improved over what it was. He's built himself up. He put on some pounds. He looks like he's ready to go, and actually flashing a little leather over there at third too, and not making some of those basic mistakes that he was known for, going back.
Mm-hmm.
But Boehm, is off to a great start. And he's hitting like 364. Castellanos and JT are hitting 364.
Yeah. Turner's has some nice.
Turner's at 385, and Bryson Stott is at 455.
Wow.
So I mean, there are some hitting going on, but we need to do it in a game that we can hold them to a touchdown.
Okay. Well, you're forgetting one person on that list, and I haven't seen one yet this year, and I'm dying to see it. Where's Kyle Schwarber? Where's my Schwarber bombs?
Yeah, that's true. And unfortunately, Jake Cave is off to a slow start, so he is not in the lineup tonight. Josh Harrison is, though.
Okay. But
so.
Curtis is saying every time somebody says what is up, Matt is putting $100 into a pot. Oh man, I hope you can afford that.
Wow,
that's very generous of you, Matt.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I meant dollar. Oh, now Curtis is trying to change the story around.
Oh, okay.
Is it $100 or $1? Either or, Matt. I hope you can afford it. So.
Yeah.
That's worse than the swear words. That can get pretty costly pretty quick.
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, every time someone says "What's up," they donate $1 to Matt. Well, I'm not saying it then.
Is that that's a copyright payment?
Yeah, I guess so. I did say it was a trademark, so I guess they do have that argument. So
yeah, yep.
Either way,
Matt gets some money. There you go.
He's not getting a dime from me. No, never. But I think last time I looked, they were losing 3-1 tonight up in the Bronx. So.
Yep. So yeah, we'll once we break the ice, I think everybody will feel at least a little bit better.
Well, I'll put it to you this way though: if they come back to Philly for opening day for Thursday, they're going to get booed out of that stadium.
Right.
I mean,
go
ahead.
And it's not like their record is stellar on opening day at home.
No.
They do not fare well in home openers.
They have in the last couple of years, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've attended more than a couple, and I'd be hard pressed to remember the last time I was at an opening day that they won.
I know that I went. I've been lucky enough to go to at least one opening day. They didn't win, so hopefully Sam stops by so I can say sorry. I gave them a hard time in Matt's stream yesterday. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like pretty severe tension growing in the group.
Yeah.
And they need better pitching. Speaking of pitching, I don't know if you heard the rumor or not. They're maybe looking at bringing in a former Cy Young winner.
Dallas Keuchel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent signing. I think he's lost a touch or two. He's not like he used to be. But can you?
No, but I mean, right now, your 5 right now is a reliever.
Yeah.
So, anybody who can, who's got a little bit of starting experience under their belt would be at least an option to be considered at this point.
True. I think they would have to. They would invite him to a minor league camp first for a couple weeks, get him thrown again, get him adjusted to the pitch clock or whatever, and then they would bring him up after that. So.
Yeah.
Curtis going.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Now the truth comes out why he wants to apologize. So you're basically calling. Well, they were calling Sam a hobbit. I do remember hearing that.
You should have told him to use history books. They're thicker.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying when you say that. Now that I think about it, I'm thinking back to school, and my history book was always the biggest textbook. You're right.
Exactly.
Officiating this year is terrible.
Umpires.
No one likes the umpires.
Oh man, but I'll be honest with you. I got to. That their days are numbered. I mean, the robot umps are coming. So balls and strikes is no longer going to be under control of the umpires. That's coming. They've already implemented it in the minors. And as soon as they get all the bugs out, I'm telling you right now, these guys, all these old dinosaurs that have been doing it for 20 years are going to be put out to pasture.
No, but do you have to keep a real one on standby just in case the robot malfunctions?
I'm sure. Well, I mean, you still need umps on the bases.
Oh, so it's only going to be behind home plate that they have the
yeah,
robot.
Just the balls and strikes. There's still going to be an umpire that's going to call, safer out on a play at the plate.
Okay.
What'll probably happen is if there's a play at the plate, the third base umpire rotates to home, and he's between third and home.
Fair enough. They have to screw up the games to hedge their bets in sports betting. That is a very good possibility. A lot of sports now are trying to gear towards that sports betting.
Well, I mean, I thought it was pretty crazy to hear that they're actually going to allow sports books to take bets in football stadiums this year. During the games.
Yep.
During the games. So you could make an in-game bet in the stadium that you're attending the game.
Now, do you think that's a smart move or do you think that's too much?
I think that's much. My opinion. You want to bet it? You could bet it. That's fine. Got no problem with that. I don't know that you want to have people stampeding for the betting window if something happens during the game that sways the competitive edge of the game.
Yeah,
say you're in the middle of a game and Bryce Harper gets hurt. Now all of a sudden anybody that's got prop bets on Harper, their bets are shot, so then they got to go cook something else up. It's a lot. I think the line would be longer there than it would be at the cheesesteak line.
Hey, if it takes away from that line, sure, sign me up.
Yeah.
Or the bathroom line, sign me up for that too.
They added another cheesesteak place.
Now what they got?
I just read it the other day that there's another cheesesteak place that went in to Citizens Bank this year.
I mean, it is Philly. Cheesesteaks kind of make sense.
Yeah, but that would be the third one though.
Yeah, because you got
You got
Campos.
you got Campos, you got Tony Luke's,
Okay.
and you got
What,
uh,
what they had? Geno's?
Gino. Was it Gino's? Well,
Uh-huh.
then you got Mac and Manco Pizza.
Yeah, that's there this year.
Yeah.
Which is actually better pizza than what they had the previous years. Like, nothing
Oh
against
yeah.
Seasons Pizza, but Mac and Mango's Seasons Pizza, I'm taking Mac's all day.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to still cost you about $12 for a slice, but.
Yeah. Well, Max and Wildwood opened this past weekend, so Sam's has been open for a couple weeks.
Wow. So, Curtis is saying he's on MLB The Show. I'm trying to make the AAA and the road to the show. That's the main reason why people love buying that game is you start off as a minor leaguer and you're trying to work your way up.
Okay.
It makes it a really entertaining video game to play. Now, Curtis, what team are you trying to play for? Because Kevin does it also, and he's in Double A right now with the Fighting Phils. So it's pretty cool. So if you ever want to see Ron Tessie become a starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, you gotta get MLB The Show.
That's the one position I never really enjoyed all that much.
Okay, well, what position did you enjoy?
Oh, I was a catcher.
Really?
I was an all-star catcher, all through Little League and stuff. So
Wow.
that's why I wrecked my knees. I was I was in Little League and I was doing the sidearm pickoff at first base behind the batter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would field a ball and I'd be able to sidearm it around the batter to first base to
Wow.
pick guys off. I was the Molina of Westville Little League.
I mean, if I wasn't in right field or left field, I was on the right bench.
Yep.
I was mostly an outfielder. I played third base once and hated it. I got spiked in the chin with a ball. Bounced off the infield, caught right here.
Yeah, I played catcher in Little League, and then I also played some outfield and stuff and first base. And then once I got into like slow pitch, I started out as a center fielder, and then later on in my career, I played a little third, played a lot of first, and yeah, that was it.
When did you stop?
I was in my mid-40s actually when I stopped.
Wow.
So I played for quite a while. I actually hooked up with a team at the Tower Tavern when I was DJing there. They asked me to come out because they knew, that I had a pretty decent bat even in my later years, and I could pretty much put the ball anywhere on the field. So yeah, I extended it by a couple years, but then the knees just started to fail me, so I called it quits.
Well, I'll put it this way: you lasted a lot longer than I did. I can tell you exactly when I quit. I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Took a fastball right off my kneecap.
Wow.
So got on base, did the whole base walk and all that. After that game, I never went back.
My brother broke an arm getting hit by a pitch.
Eesh.
That broke his wrist.
Ouch. That sounds kind of painful.
Yeah. I caught two. I was a catcher in Babe Ruth and caught two all South Jersey pitchers, one from Deptford and one from Gloucester Catholic. Two guys. The one guy from Deptford threw hard. I mean, he had a fastball like nothing. And I had to put a piece of foam rubber in my mitt for anything that I didn't get in the web because I'd end up each game with a bruise in my palm.
Ouch.
From catching this guy. And the guy from Gloucester Catholic threw 7 pitches, including a knuckle curve. So I had a heck of a time with him.
That sounds like fun.
Because he wanted to show off all his pitches.
Goodness is saying he's on the Double-A team for the Blue Jays. Go figure. Canadian Blue Jays makes sense. Up in for New Hampshire. And then MLB The Show has updated the photo scan so you can put your real photo on the plane or on the player you want to be. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
And then we got Matt owing himself $1 now, saying what's up in chat on Facebook.
Pay yourself.
Man, that doesn't work.
Hey.
You can't say that and expect us to pay you. No, I'm not.
Okay,
paying
here. I gotta say it. Here you go, because I just watched it again the other day. Pay him. Pay that man his money. John Malkovich in Rounders. What a great scene that is.
I'm not paying Matt a dime. He should pay me appearance fee. But,
oh boy.
So we got baseball out of the way with a nice video game chat, childhood chats. You had mentioned some football stuff before we started, also.
Yeah, a couple things kind of floating around out there. I mean, Lamar Jackson still doesn't have a team. It doesn't, it's looking more and more likely he might end up sitting a year out. I mean, he's looking for crazy money, and I don't think anybody's going to pay him it.
No, he wants a guaranteed contract like the Deshaun Watson guy. He's crazy.
Yeah, and it's just not going to happen.
Not with his injury history.
No. So, there's that going on. And then I read something today where there's been several people that have reported that the 49ers may have interest in Kirk Cousins, which was an interesting thing to me. They might as well just field 11 quarterbacks and just, switch them in and out on offense, Flip a coin to see who's going to be the quarterback today. I mean, the only thing this tells me is that maybe Purdy is not progressing the way that I know that he had another surgery. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're concerned that he's not going to be ready. And, Lance is coming off a pretty serious injury. Who knows?
What? Ooh, that's a good question. I'll ask one in a minute, Matt. But if you were San Francisco to call Minnesota, what kind of compensation would the Vikings be looking for a quarterback like Cousins, you think? I could see easily a day 2 pick.
Really? That's it?
I think it would take maybe a second or a third just based off the money he's due that I think the Vikings would be happy to get rid of that because they're still in a financial struggle with their cap space.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I think at least the 2. I mean, the Niners pick is practically a second-round pick anyway. I mean, they're going to be picking last in the, in the last couple picks of the first round. Sure. I don't think they own anybody else's picks this year.
I can tell you in 1 second. 1 minute, I got the draft sheet right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's see. Sorry about that. Like I said, I have this on standby. San Francisco, Minnesota we're talking about, right?
Minnesota.
They have,
Well, no, we want to know San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco, okay. They have, well, they don't have a second rounder because they traded that for Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
They don't have a first round pick neither because they traded that to the New Orleans Saints. San Francisco, wow. I'm not seeing them at all.
So it probably wouldn't be a pick in this year's draft. It would have to be one in next year's.
Yeah, the first pick in this year's draft is pick 99.
Oh, that ain't going to do it.
No. And Minnesota doesn't pick till 87, so unless they Well, then you have, here you go, 99, 100, 101, 102. And then, hold on. 1 second. Next page. 102. Yeah, so they had 99, 101, and 102.
Huh.
Could
Okay.
you see possibly, say, like a 99 and the 101st? Like, so you figure 2 late third round picks for them.
Nah, I don't know.
That
I
might,
I'd be curious to see. It depends on how critical they think the situation is.
yeah, I mean, I guess, like, if something like that does happen, you won't hear about it till before the draft, I would say.
Yeah, that's going to be something that's definitely going to be a draft day kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, because right now the chatter is that Carolina um, kind of fancies but Young from Alabama at the number one pick as opposed to Stroud.
Interesting.
So Josh McCown is the quarterback's coach, and
Hmm.
Frank Reich have both kind of sung the praises of Young from Alabama.
Wow.
So there's some chatter out there that may be a possibility.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You always have an Alabama quarterback that's going to be ranked pretty high because of the talent Nick Saban provides.
Yeah, this is true. And then there's a good chance that Arizona is going to release DeAndre Hopkins
Yeah, because
uh, with a June 1st designation because that's going to save them $19.45 million in this year's cap
wow.
by cutting him loose.
Instead of trading him and take on a dead cap hit.
Right.
Smart, I guess, in a way, you can say.
Yeah. I mean, almost $20 million. Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
But I would have thought they would have done it, maybe during the free agent period so that they could have been in on some of these some of the top flight free agents that were out there.
that is true, you're right. I mean, but they had the number 3 overall pick as of now. So
Yeah.
they're gonna get a top talent.
Yeah.
Unless they trade it like some of these mock drafts I'm seeing come out now,
Yeah.
they're possibly maybe shipping that trade to like Las Vegas or something. I've seen a couple different mock trades involving the Las Vegas Raiders and Arizona Cardinals. So the Raiders would go from 7 up to 3. Why? I don't know. So
Yeah. I mean, maybe they fancy one of these quarterbacks
yeah, that is true.
going forward.
I mean, they did just sign Jimmy G, but you know how his
Yeah,
career
but
goes.
Jimmy G's probably just a bridge to somebody else.
That is true.
I don't think Jimmy G is their long range plan.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's just a guy who started, who knows how to win, who they can plug in there for a year until they get somebody, groom somebody to step in.
mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting couple weeks leading up to the draft. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Always is.
And I mean, as far as the Eagles go, and it absolutely drives me bonkers every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, we need to take Bijan Robinson at 10, this running back." I'm like, no, you cannot. This team cannot take a running back at 10. They can't. They can't.
They never work out.
They've never, ever had success drafting a running back in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, none that I can remember. It's just not in their DNA. That's not a position that they, that they hold in high value. They'd rather, either pick up somebody in free agency or work in house.
Yeah, I mean, I love Ken Gainwell. I think he can be your starter. And then you add someone like Rashad Penny this offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, when healthy, he could be an easy 1,100 yard back.
If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy. That's the biggest thing. But that's where you got Gainwell still under a rookie contract for another 2 years. Like, let's see what the kid has. I mean, He's a
Yeah.
downhill runner. He can catch out of the backfield. Like,
Well, I mean, that's what they like about Penny, though, because Penny hits the hole fast. He was second in the NFL in yards before contact.
mm-hmm.
So, especially behind an offensive line like the Eagles have, I mean, I could see if he can stay somewhat healthy, he could have a really successful year with this team because he hits the hole fast and there's going to be a hole for him to hit.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's one of the main reasons, one of the main things they looked at when they decided they were going to sign him. They knew that he was the type of runner that they needed, somebody that could hit the hole fast, who wasn't going to do the hop step and the juke behind the line and all this other stuff to get a 2-yard gain.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come straight at you and he's going to blow through the line and he'll be in the second level before you know it.
Yeah, and that's what I like about him. I mean, he's a good, powerful downhill runner. The biggest question he's always had, though, in the last couple of years is his health.
Health. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
But you put that all aside, and I think he could definitely be not like an everyday back in Philly, but a really big contribution piece.
Yep. So I'm thinking at 10, they really should be looking at like an edge rusher or a defensive tackle. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, they've loaded up in the secondary and free agency. So I think that where they really need to kind of shore up, just in the possibility that you got a guy like Fletch, who you know is going to be banged up, over the course of a year, because now you take Hargrave out of the rotation. You got to replace, and then you got Jordan Davis, who's still a question mark in the middle of the field. So, you got to shore up the middle of that line. So I really think that that's the way they got to go at 10. And then at 30, there are a lot of mocks out there that are looking at a guy who just kind of popped up after the combines, DeWard Jones, who's an offensive tackle from Ohio State. And he's a name that's starting to creep up a lot of draft boards.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a guy who, you can develop, he can play guard or tackle. I think he's a guy that they should probably be looking at that 30 spot.
Sounds pretty fair. I mean, if you're Howie and someone calls you about number 10 and offers you, say, another, like to get their first round pick, say third this year, then a first next year, do you trade back or do you stay at 10?
Don't they already have 2 next year in the first round? I think they do.
Not next year. This year they do. I know they have 2 2s next year.
Okay, that's what it was. It was 2 2s. I mean, if the guy they're targeting is still going to be there, I'm not opposed to them trading back if they need to, but they're going to have their eye on a particular guy. That's been their history.
Yeah.
So anytime they've stepped back and went right to the guy that they were going to get anyway, and picked up additional capital, besides, and still got their guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there are a few really good D tackles in this draft.
Oh, yeah.
So
the defensive lines are loaded, apparently.
Yeah, and so with all the quarterbacks going in the top of the first round, you might see 5 quarterbacks go in the first round.
Yeah, you always see something crazy like that happen.
So, between that and edge rusher is a premium now. So, I mean, there's at least in the top 20, there's at least 3 or 4 teams that are looking for edge rushers. So,
I mean, that's going to be fun. I always enjoy the draft. And ironically enough, the draft this year is in Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay.
So you best believe when KC makes their first round pick that they're going to bring that Lombardi trophy out and rub it in the NFL's face.
Do you think?
Oh, I don't think I know.
Luckily, it's not the bottom of the river in Tampa Bay somewhere.
We're getting spiked up in Boston Harbor.
After Tom Brady threw it out of a boat
Yeah.
to another boat.
It always seems to be something with Brady and Rob Gronkowski that want to destroy that trophy for some reason.
Could you imagine if they had it on camera and that thing had hit the water? Can you imagine the scandal that would have been?
Yeah. Well, look how much grief and shit they got when they spiked it up in Fenway Park.
Yeah. Yep.
They broke the damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
maybe that's why the NFL said, "Okay, Tom, you're done winning championships. Just retire."
yeah, we can't afford to replace all these trophies. Yeah.
No, that's what 2 they broke in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bastards.
So who you picking in the Masters?
Yeah, I saw Matt's comment.
Matt says, yeah. Wow.
That's a loaded question, Matt, because
That's tough. I have a tough time because I don't remember all the list of all the guys that went to Live.
Well, that's the thing. Liv's coming the Masters this week, and there's already a lot of beef between Fred Couples and a couple of them.
Yeah.
That I was reading. So.
Yep. So what's going to happen around Davis Cup time?
Oh, jeez.
Now, technically, that's not a PGA event.
Yeah.
So they could take Live golfers with them on the team.
Yep. I think they can do the same thing with the Riders Cup, too, can't they?
Yeah. Yeah, because they're not PGA sanctioned events.
I mean, the whole Live PGA split up, I just don't get it. I mean, sure, these players want more money, they're greedy bastards.
Mm-hmm.
As if not getting $164 for playing 4 rounds of golf in a weekend is not a nice payday.
Yeah. Hey, good work if you can get it.
Yeah.
I got a tournament coming up in a couple weeks, and I had to pay. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Well, I get a shit ton of free drinks afterwards, and so I'll call it even. I could probably consume enough to feel like I broke even.
I mean, Matt's always looking for people to go out golfing too. So if you want to talk to Matt, maybe we can all link up over the summer and go out.
Or in January in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, when Matt's down in Myrtle Beach with you for a weekend, you might not. Yeah, you might want to second think that one though.
Hey, I've trust me. I've dealt with worse.
Well,
it gets a little rowdy, but we have a good time.
Yeah, well, Matt holds over my head the bet we made on the 18th hole at Indian Springs.
Okay.
So, I don't know if Matt's still in chat or listening, but next time you talk to Matt, don't bring it up on camera, but we'll talk about it off stream. It was a stupid bet I made when I was 20 years old that it's been 16 years in the making. No one's ever won it, thank God.
Okay.
But yes, I signed myself up for failure.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay. But my pick for the Masters, I mean, it's a wide open field this year. There's a lot of talent coming back. There's a lot of young up and comers. I like Justin Thomas nowadays. Rory McIlroy is always a good bet. Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
I used to like Jason Day, but like he's been falling off the last couple of years.
I was always a big Dustin Johnson fan too.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the live golfers coming in, so.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Masters are this coming weekend, aren't they?
I think so.
Either this weekend or next weekend. I know.
Yeah, one or the other. I know it's coming up quick. It'd be interesting.
That'd be a very cool tournament to actually be able to go see in person, but a very, very hard ticket to get.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lottery for those.
Which makes sense. I mean, it is one of the most popular sporting events in the state of Georgia, so.
Yeah. Yep.
But if I was to pick one, I'm going Justin Thomas.
Okay. Yeah, I like I said, I lose track of everybody. So I haven't been watching as much golf on the weekends as I used to because I have to fight for my TV time. So I'm
Yeah.
watching, I'm thinking I'm going to be watching some sporting event, and I'm watching some guy camping in New Zealand with his dog in the rain. And I'm like, what am I watching? I just can't take it. I can't take it.
Well, if you ever want TV time, I got 5 TVs in my house. You're more than welcome to come watch one.
Yeah. I might have to come hide and actually watch something, you know. That's I stream it on my phone.
Yeah. I mean, you figure, yeah, I got five flat screens, and they all have Roku devices, so I have Xfinity Stream on every single TV. So my upstairs room, I have 2 TVs side by side. I have a 47-inch and then a 32-inch right next to it, so you can watch 2 football games at once. It's great.
Nice.
So, but so you're going Dustin Johnson then, huh?
Yeah, I'll stick with DJ. I think I've always been a fan, and he's from Myrtle Beach too. So
Now, my biggest question is, like, since it's a PJ sanctioned, well, PJ event, but you have live golfers. If a live golfer wins, do they get 2 paydays?
that's a good question. I mean, I don't know if Liv would incentivize them to for winning an event that's not under their control.
That is true. I mean,
Be
I get,
interesting.
yeah. I mean, it's always a fun-filled weekend. I always look forward to Wednesday,
Is
and
that when the caddies play?
the caddies in the par 3 competition.
Yeah. Yep.
And I just remember watching it the one year. I watched it live. It was the ninth hole. Nicholson let his grandson hit it, and his grandson sank a hole in one.
I just saw the replay of that the other day.
Watching that live was insane.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it was what was it? It was Tom Watson, Gary Player, and Jack Nicholson. They always play that tournament together,
Right.
and all 3 legends just completely lost it.
Yeah. Yep.
So you haven't heard nothing from his grandson since, but who knows? You might see his name sooner than later, I guess.
You never know. You never know.
You won't see John Knast on the PGA Tour. I'll give you damn straight.
You won't see Ron Tessing either. Trust me. I am a hacker at best.
I've gotten better. I found the secret to my swing. I have gotten better. I haven't tried it yet this year. I have my golf clubs already in my sunroom, ready to go. Whoever wants to go golfing, let me know. But the last couple of years, I have found out a little bit of a secret towards my swing.
Okay.
That has actually really helped.
Yeah, sometimes it's the smallest of adjustments that can make all the difference in the world.
Yep.
It could be footwork. It could be grip. It could be. There's so many different things that go into it. I'm better at teaching other people than I am at doing it myself. Same thing with bowling. Like if somebody's bowling bad, I can fix them. But when I'm bowling bad, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, like my first game this past Saturday night. Oh, Ron, I made you look good.
Now that's impressive.
With how bad my first game was this past Saturday.
Yeah,
I almost packed myself up on the left. I was that embarrassed.
I did that a couple weeks ago.
Question: did you break 100?
Barely.
Yeah, okay. Barely's a good way to put my game Saturday night too.
Yep.
61 pins below my average, so
Yeah.
105.
Yeah, I think mine was 108.
See, you even beat me. I'm done.
I had 4, like 7, 8, 9, 10 were all splits.
I mean, I think my 3rd through 9th frame were all opens, and that's very unusual for me.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find my mark. Like the foyer was soaking wet. Like you know how bowling is. Like it's either really wet or really dry.
Yep.
Until it breaks down, like you can only have that like middle ground where it's like just right.
Mm-hmm.
But at first game, I always told my teammates, I was like, just put me in for average the next 2 games. I'm out. But I stayed.
Yeah.
So if I could help anyone's golf game, the biggest thing I could say is go get your club sized to you. It costs $100 to get done.
Yeah.
Very good advice, Curtis, and that is a very true statement.
It's a lot of people use clubs that definitely are not suited to them. I mean, I see guys go out there, I'll be honest, I do get to see different levels of golfer because of the groups that go with me on my trip that I organize to Myrtle Beach. And I see everything from the once a year golfer to the guy that's out twice a week all year, and to see this, that once a year golfer, walk out there with, Big Bertha or something and have no idea how to even tee it up to suit that club. They ground almost every drive because they don't know how to tee the ball up high enough to compensate for the size of the head of the club.
Yeah, that is very true. So, since we started Curtis in chat, Curtis, I'm going to say this. You can answer it whenever you would like. Who do you have winning the Masters this year? Matt was presented the question. Matt didn't even give an answer to his own question. So, if you two are still in chat and want to give an answer, feel free. But, no, what you're saying is exactly right. Like, you can see the difference who takes time training their craft and then the person who thinks they can just pick up a club and play anytime they want.
Right. Say, oh, I have this Big Bertha. I'm going to be able to hit it 300 yards. Well, no. Not if you're swinging it like a baseball bat like you are.
Yeah.
And teeing it up, an inch from the ground. No, you will not.
I mean, I'd be happy if I hit 225 yards straight, let alone 300.
I can't figure out why a skull every one. Well, yeah, you're teeing it this high.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, so one of my favorite golfers. He's Bubba Watson. That's a
Bubba Watson. Now, does he live?
No, I think he
or did he stay?
I think he jumped ship.
I thought he jumped. I wasn't positive, but
I'd say about 50-50. I think he jumped though.
Okay.
I know Dustin Johnson definitely jumped. Greg Norman, obviously, because he runs the damn thing.
Yeah.
He's with
Liv. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I liked him. I liked him too.
So I mean, it's hard to root against some of these guys that are Liv now because like you watch them when they were on the PGA Tour and they were crowd pleasers. They were people would like to interact with the crowd. They always like took their time to. If someone hit someone with the golf ball, they would always walk up, give you an autograph.
Yep.
So. And then I think the numbers for Liv, like the attendance wise, they said it hasn't been really that good.
Play it where it lies, shooter.
Yeah. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Whoops. I always thought I had a little bit of a layaway spot. Whoops.
Yeah.
But no, like my biggest difference I have noticed since the last 2 years I've tried, how you were saying like your footwork, your control, it's actually been my swing speed.
Yeah.
I feel if I do like a half a swing instead of full power, I actually have more control on my shot.
Right. If you're drawing back slower, then you're not rotating your wrist as you're coming back in your backswing. The natural motion when you come back like that, if you're drawing back too far, is to over rotate your wrist and not keep those wrists locked. And then if you're coming through, you're opening up the club face as you're coming back through. So that's when you're slicing or hooking all the time.
Interesting. Because back in the day when they used to do the skin game, they came to Bend, Alberta, and did it. And I got to meet John Daly and got his autograph.
John Daly's a nut. He's crazy. Dude, I swear, there's so many great John Daly stories. He's got a course down in Myrtle Beach that he designed, too, called Wicked Stick. And you want to talk about if you want to talk about a course that's designed for a big hitter, that's definitely it.
Wicket Stick.
Yes.
Leave it to John Dale to name a course a Wicket Stick.
Yep.
We got Jack in the chat. Go Yukon Huskies. And hey, man. Hello, Jack. Nice to see
Hey,
you
Jack.
tonight.
How you doing, champ?
Yeah. I'll say it too. Congratulations, Jack. You are the winner of the bracket challenge. Everyone bombed out pretty hard this year. I mean, it wasn't everybody's fault. I mean, the tournament was unpredictable. So.
Yep. Yeah. He could definitely drive a ball. That's for darn sure.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, especially even now, he still drives it pretty good. But I mean, back in the day, wow. Before Tiger came along, there was nobody that could hit like him.
Yeah, and then after Tiger lost the set, you got Rory McIlroy can hit the ball pretty damn good too, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, as tiny as that guy is, he has a pretty decent, powerful drive. And what's the other one? Hold on, what's his name? Bo Chaperia or something? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But he's a nasty driver as well. So.
Yeah.
But
in this tournament I played in, I play in this tournament every year. Benefits a friend of mine who passed away prematurely, and we have a golf tournament. It's the 10th year of the Danny Green Memorial Golf Tournament.
Nice.
Danny Green was the quarterback for the Deptford Spartans when we won the championship in my senior year, and he ended up going to the University of Georgia as a quarterback, and then went to transferred into Villanova, played for Villanova, and then he was a part-time football referee for high school, and he was an accountant. But he was a one-of-a-kind kind of guy. And we have this benefit for him every year, and the proceeds go to youth sports in Deptford. Yeah, he was the man.
Interesting.
But I played in that tournament with a guy who actually competed in these longest drive contests.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in my foursome. So needless to say, half of the holes I didn't even drive a ball off the tee. I just said, "Yeah, I ain't passing that. Let's go."
That ball.
Guy, he just hit it 285, and he didn't look like he barely swung.
That's great. I more power to those people that I can. I mean,
yeah.
And yes, Jack, you did win the bracket. Yes, you won.
Yep, you're the man, Jack.
But my best drive ever I would say it was 245. And I still remember like it was yesterday, because there was that Crescent Golf Club in Voorhees on the third hole. Okay.
Wow, that's good memory.
So well, here's why I remember it so much, because it was the only time in my life to this day I ever shot an eagle.
Nice.
I don't know if you ever played at Crescent or not.
Long time ago, I did.
Okay. Well, it's the third hole, so you gotta shoot up the hill, then you go down the hill, right?
Okay.
245 to the top of the hill, dead center of the fairway. Beautiful shot. My second shot, 250 down to the hole with my 3-wood. I hit it 6 inches from the hole, tapping eagle.
250 with a 3-wood. Wow.
I guess I call it like a downslope wind or something. And
yeah.
Right next to the hole, tapping eagle.
That's a heck of a hit.
So, I mean.
Yep. Sometimes you just do. You make the right, you hit it just the right way. You hit the sweet spot, and you never know what's going to happen.
I was blown away. I should have quit after that. But.
Yeah.
Might need a prize, right? Me and Ron will talk off stream. We'll get Sam involved, and we will get back to you, Jack. But yes, you will get some type of compensation. So, And then Curtis is like, the best drive I did was at my bachelor party, and my dad was ahead of me, putting the guys that were with me. I bet I said you can hit the green, so of course I stood up, drove the ball, and landed right by my dad's foot, 320 yards. Holy
Wow. Wow.
shit. Okay, Happy.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you Curtis anymore, Happy Gilmore. Wow, 320 yards.
Yeah, that's one that you hit and you say, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to reach them." And then you hit it, and all of a sudden as soon as you hear the sound, you say, "Oh, I hit it."
I had that
That's
problem a couple years back. I took my buddy out to Washington Township, that par 3 9-hole course.
Okay.
I was like, look, Aunt, I know you have a powerful swing. You don't need to kill the ball at this place. The longest hole is 246 yards.
Yeah.
That nice hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't listen to me. He smacked the ball so far it went over that back fence, and the next thing you hear, we hear windows shattering.
Ooh,
It's like, oh my god.
that's never good.
I'm getting banned from this place. Thanks a lot, Aunt. But yes, Curtis is no longer Curtis. Anytime we see Curtis pop up in the chat, we are calling him Happy Gilmore. We might need an NBA bracket challenge. That might be a good idea towards the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
We could maybe work something up. The other thing I did at my bachelor party, they brought some exploding golf balls and some golf balls full of water. But when my friends were putting, that is so funny to see. Exploding golf balls are evil.
Yeah, they are.
My friend got me to one day and I wanted to kill him. It's right because you don't expect it.
Just a little tappy tap.
Yeah, you tap it, then boom. It's like,
boom.
the hell?
Like in Caddyshack 2.
Oh, Jesus. I know exactly where you're going with that. Go ahead.
The ball with the skull and crossbones on it.
Did you like Caddyshack too? I might as well ask you.
It was bad. It was bad. But I gave you the ultimate Caddyshack 2 trivia the other night when we talked about Caddyshack 2. About the fact that, oh no, maybe it wasn't you I was talking to, it was somebody else.
I was going to say, I'm like,
it was somebody else. But I was talking to somebody about Caddyshack 2, and I said, the character that Jackie Mason played in Caddyshack 2 had appeared in another movie. Harry Hartunian. Harry Hartunian was the owner of the gas station in Steve Martin's The Jerk.
The Jerk? Oh, I've never seen that.
What? Write it. Write it now. Write it now.
Okay, Dad, I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Steve Martin, The Jerk. It's a classic. Steve Martin's first movie.
I wrote it down. See?
Okay.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
If you want, I will watch it tonight, and next time we talk, I will tell you all about it. Or you can call me the Jerk on the show. How's that for calling me?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm actually going to check something real quick. I'm just not leaving since I have the second monitor on. I've been watching wrestling, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a final on the Phils.
Not yet, but do you want to know?
Yeah, go ahead.
8-1, bottom of the 8th.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, Curtis. Absolutely. He said, do you live in a box? You've never seen that movie?
I would say I live more in a rectangle because my house goes up. Yeah, I'm going to say a rectangle on that one.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a box with a point.
Kind of, but more up and down compared to side to side. The bracket challenge will be on 4/9/23. My dog's birthday is
Jack, you are just a fountain of information, my friend. Let me tell you something. You just packed so much information in those couple sentences. I bow. I bow to you. Wow.
Hoi, hoi.
We got oh
Hoi, hoi.
Campbell-san. Oh.
Uh,
Oh boy.
there's like 2 straight clock violations for Dominguez.
No boy.
I mean, I haven't looked at it, but has this clock really actually sped up the game?
Yes, significantly. It's
Like,
cut almost an hour off of games.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, most games are finishing under 3 hours. Like two and a half. A lot of them.
Okay, I haven't looked deep into a box score yet for a baseball game to see
Yeah.
what the time of play was. So.
Yeah. They're moving and grooving.
And then 8 minutes into the national championship game, we have UConn 12, San Diego State 10.
Okay.
So that's what's cool about having a second monitor up. Like I said, I put it on the Xfinity stream on the website. Now I have a live TV right next to me, pretty much.
That's awesome.
So we could actually do like an NFL draft special. I could be watching the draft and doing the show at the same time.
Yeah, there you go.
And I can't get in trouble for copyright information because there's no actual visual of it.
True. Good point.
And then there's a Jack's update, 12:50. So Jack's about a minute and 20 seconds behind me.
Okay.
So plenty of time left in the game, though.
Yep.
So I'm going to jump back over to Monday Night Raw. I didn't know if we should bring that up on this show or not. I was kind of hemming and hawing.
Yeah. Probably got to save that for Thursday.
But but it is technically sports.
Technically, yeah. Technically.
I mean,
we could touch on the highlights.
Well, I wasn't going to bring the highlights up at all. I was going to save the highlights for Thursday.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the big news that came out today.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's related.
I mean, all I can say is wow.
The merger
of WWE and UFC. Have you had stock in Endeavor? Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
it's the combined company has a value of about over $20 billion.
21.4 to be exact.
$21.4 billion.
Yep. And here's the real funny part. UFC is actually worth $3 billion more than the WWE.
Yeah.
UFC, they said, is worth north of $12 billion. Now WWE checks in at 9.4.
Yep. And Triple H came out tonight and said in no uncertain terms at the beginning of the show tonight. I'm sure you all saw the news. We just want to let you know we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So all of the staff, all of the management of WWE was retained, including Nick Khan.
Yep.
And Vince and Triple H.
Yeah.
So
it's surprising, but it's not surprising. Because I'm sure Vince, when he sold this, said, okay, look, I'll sell you my stake, but everyone I have invested in this stays on board.
Yeah.
We keep the two companies separated for now. Sure, we're one together. We can start talking cross-promotion type things, which I don't know how you do it. But he was like, I want everyone who's invested in my company kept intact.
Yeah.
So the only thing I think that you might see change, hopefully it does, possibly, might be the TV rating. I think you might go back to a TV 14 audience.
Depends on where they sign their contract. If it's USA, it's not going to change.
You don't think so?
No.
Because now that's the next biggest thing that's coming up in place is the media contracts. Because
yes.
both USA and Fox are up at the end of this year.
Right. Which they wanted to get the sale complete before they got into those negotiations.
Yes. So, I mean, in an aspect, I'm happy that it's done. The deal's done. It's over and done with. And two, I'm sorry if I sound really prejudiced and racist, but I'm happy they didn't sell it to the Saudis.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that this will probably go a lot further into keeping it majorly intact.
I mean, I guess we see over the next couple months
Mm-hmm.
the transition of it, but with the whole rumor of the Saudis being brought in to buy it, you also had the biggest rumor, like a lot of them, a lot of the performers that wouldn't want to stay.
Right.
So by keeping it within, like I guess a fresh company or whatever, you're not going to lose that talent now. Your talent's going to be invested in what you have.
And I'm sure that factored into partially into who they sold it to.
Yes. I mean, is it surprising that you would sell it the night of your biggest event of the year? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But they had been talking about it for months that it was
Right.
going to happen. So,
I mean, a 2-day attendance of 162,000 people
yeah.
for WrestleMania.
And then next year you got to come into Philly. Granted, Philly's numbers won't top that at all, I don't think.
No, not even close.
Because the Lincoln only holds 67. And even if
Yep.
you put, say, 20,000 around sitting around the ring, you're still only going to be around, maybe 150 for 2 nights? At
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, probably about right.
So Jack said he'll keep us updated on the championship and see who wins. Listening to the game right now. I'm also going back and forth, Jack. I have my 2 monitors on, so I got
Yep.
a lot of different things I can pull up on my snap of a finger. But
Lots going on.
But no, I'm happy that the speculation is done. They
Yeah.
didn't go. I applaud Triple H actually how he handled it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fans could have had him come out and boo him, but instead, how he broke it down slowly, and then at the very end, dropped the bomb. Didn't
Yeah.
really say much about it,
Yeah.
but he did mention it.
Yep.
Now, say you bring out someone like Vince McMahon, who I thought they would have to announce it.
Yeah.
I think you have a whole different persona of how the show's run.
But see, I think that as far as the fans are concerned, they were less concerned about Vince being a part of it, but they were afraid that this was going to be Vince's chance to phase Triple H out of it.
Yeah.
And go back to running creative, which in the fans' eyes would be the nightmare.
That would be the biggest nightmare, considering. Again, I don't want to really go into all the results, but did Vince have a say in some of the outcomes of the matches?
Seems like it.
Did he make the changes on the fly when he had to?
Seems like it.
I mean, I'm just not sold that some of the matches went the way they went on Sunday. Saturday night was phenomenal. Saturday night, by far, was the much better night of the 2 nights.
Yeah.
And we will talk about that with Matt North on Thursday. I know he's jacked up about it. I don't want to steal his spotlight. So, you want to talk WrestleMania results? Tune in Thursday night for Turnbuckle Thursday. That's all I'll say.
There you go.
But
nice plug. I like that. Way to slide that in.
Well, you got to promote your show somehow.
Absolutely. There you go.
I mean, I usually do anyway. At the end of every show, I tell you people what's coming for that week. So
this is true.
It's gonna be a wild, crazy week. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Starting with tomorrow.
Oh, I'm kind of scared about tomorrow night.
I'm scared about tomorrow.
Are you joining us tomorrow night?
I am.
Okay, so we have at least 4. All right.
I can't pass this one up.
Now, is it gonna be Ron or is it DJ Scoop showing up too?
Nah, it's gonna be Ron.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I think DJ Scoop might have a little bit more crazy side than Ron does, but we'll see.
Well, yeah. Well, you never know who's going to show up. Could be anybody.
Then we got Jack on YouTube now. Wow.
Okay.
Jack John Campbell.
There you go.
Welcome on YouTube, Jack. I mean, Jack just pops up everywhere, doesn't he?
There he is. Yeah. The champ is here.
Yeah, I mean.
And there, and there, and there.
I said the best the other day, and people at work looked at me like I was stupid. I was like, I'm there, I'm here, I'm everywhere, I'm underwear.
What are you, Dr. Seuss?
What? When we put a cat in the hat? Because that might have a bat?
A fox in the box?
We go from sports to kids' rhymes. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Long as there's no Chinese finger traps involved, we're all good.
Oh, you gotta bring that up. You gotta bring that up. There's Chinese finger traps and cucumbers, but so don't.
Yes, indeed.
Uh,
I got to go shopping tomorrow. Wow.
You have fun with that. I'm telling you right now, man, you pull a cucumber out tomorrow, man, you're from the show for tomorrow night. Just saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't care. I was talking to Morgan yesterday, cause like I said, I dropped off the case of the I was like, you know how much trouble we can pretty much get in trouble Tuesday night? Mm-hmm. Not even so much for the content, but like some of the shit that's going to get said.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I think Matt's joining us tomorrow night too.
Yeah.
Watch out for the trap, very dangerous.
Yes, indeed. More dangerous than you know.
Yeah, man. Very true. I mean, I try to recruit Curtis for tomorrow night. I don't know if he's going to join us or not.
Yeah.
He told me he likes to be more of a backstage guy.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's fair enough. I mean, you need to make sure we're covered on all bases.
Yeah, that background chatter.
Yeah. It's no fun if there's nobody in chat.
Yeah, I mean, well.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Well, we're doing good.
Last Monday.
Hey. I showed up tonight, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. But so did everybody else. Everybody else last week tuned in, saw me alone, and went, oh, hell no. I'm out. I'm going to go watch reruns of 2.5 Men.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Goodbye.
See ya.
I can't help it, okay? I'm sorry. Like we always say, life before the show.
Life happens. Life happens.
And if you need water, come to Wegmans. We got plenty of it now.
Yeah, so do I at Dollar General. We got a truckload.
Just one truck?
Just one truck. Yeah, well, my store is, a small portion of what your store is.
Okay, put it to this way. Last Monday we unloaded 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 more.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, last Thursday, another one showed up.
Wow. Yeah, I got like 250 cases.
That would be about 5 pallets in my store.
Yeah. Well, see, we don't do pallets. Everything's on rolling containers.
Okay.
So.
There's your final. Yankees 8, Phillies 1.
The
Titans are 0-4.
Next.
T.J. Walker took the loss tonight, so.
Okay.
So
that means Bomb is tomorrow.
Who?
The reliever I was telling you about. That's the 5. The 5.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll tell you.
I think it's Matt Bomb, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find Phillies. Here we go. Another 7:05 start tomorrow on TBS. No, Strom.
Strom, bomb Strom, same
Okay.
thing.
Uh,
Blue Jays off to a rough start, Curtis says. Yeah, we're 0-4 now.
I mean, the Blue Jays are 1-2. At least they have a win.
Yeah,
And they got 15 wins. The Phillies only have 10.
yeah. And offense is supposed to be our strong suit.
Wow. So, I was wrong. They have 12 runs scored, but they've given up 37 so far. So, as of now, they're at a minus 25 deficit.
Wow.
Not the way to start the season.
No.
What are we going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and pout about it.
Yeah. Well, there's always tomorrow.
That is true.
And then we'll be home before you know it.
Yeah, and who they opening up against at home on? Let's see. Right, they got Cincinnati Reds coming in for opening weekend, and the Reds are 3-1.
Yeah.
This
Wonderful.
Got
Yeah.
the Reds and Miami, who we always struggle against.
Yeah.
And then they go out to Cincinnati after that point.
Yep.
Wow.
I just find it easier to drink more beer. Yes, sir, Curtis. You got that right.
Hey, drinking doesn't solve anything, okay? Guys, lighten up, okay? It's a 162 game season. We got this.
Coors lighten up.
Coors? That's what you drink?
Coors Light?
That's what you drink?
Sometimes.
Sorry.
I don't like these this craft crap. I like the good old American beer. And Budweiser gives me a headache.
Well, then I'm just not, I drink, but I'm just gonna be quiet. I drink, but I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I like a good Corona every now and then. You know, chase it with a little tequila. It's all good. A little Fireball maybe here and there. A little Jack Daniels here or there. All good.
Well, not to try to make myself look like a pansy, but I hate beer.
Yeah.
If I drink, I have to have a mixed drink, like a screwdriver, almond red sour, stuff like that.
You get the little umbrella in it too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there you go. You got it, man.
I just don't know what it is. It's the hops in the beer and the carbonation of it just makes me sick.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's different. Yeah. If I go to weddings, I drink mixed drinks. I don't drink beer.
Yeah. I mean, I can drink seltzers and stuff.
Yeah.
Weird, but I don't know. I'm just weird.
I drink bottled beer in the bar, but if I'm at the bowling alley, I drink draft. Go figure.
Are they playing on the Orioles too? I think the Phillies play the Orioles sometime in June.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I know they have the Yankees now, Reds, Miami, Reds again. Then they got the Chicago for the White Sox.
Wow. Next thing you know, it'll be May 9th.
Yeah. That's a good pun. Where's that at? Hold on. And there it is. There you go. All yours.
All right. Let's go, guys. We need commitments, man. We need to get this thing rolling. It's going to be a pretty boring hot dog eating contest if it's just me.
Just you? Whoa. You forget I'm going too.
Yeah, I know.
There's your main competition right there, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Gauntlet down.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, we're gonna try to find some way to tell, show it live on the show.
Yeah. Yep.
So that'll be a special Tuesday night show. Well, yeah. Like, I mean, do we call it Sports Gladiators or do we call it Entertainment Night though? Because it's kind of both.
I think it'll be able to both.
I'm waiting to see if Morgan and Kevin can join us. I know my friend Julie said she couldn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gary's
gonna be there. We always love Gary.
I think Ken Tinney's coming too.
Ken Tinney. we gotta get a hold of Kevin to see if he's coming or not.
Yeah.
You can ask him on
Wednesday.
Let me know about that one. So
Okay. Yep. We're gonna make it happen, guys. It's gonna be a fun night out
definitely.
against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that we just had a like on the stream from Mr. WrestleMania. So Trey, if you're still in chat, drop some fire with my guy. He was lucky enough to be at WrestleMania last night. So
There you go.
we'll call it Sport Entertainment Night. There you go, Sports Entertainment Night.
Yeah.
You could mix of the show. Mr. WrestleMania is being shy. That's okay.
No worries.
But when are they playing the Blue Jays? They are playing the Blue Jays, I think, just May 9th and the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a quick 2-game series.
Okay.
But, Curtis, there's your reason to come to Philadelphia. You can have a hot dog eating contest and watch your Toronto Blue Jays and the Phillies. What better way to spend a Tuesday night than hang out with us?
There you go.
I mean, if that's not enough incentive to come over the border, I mean, I don't blame him.
To venture from the frozen tundra.
So, that would be so cool. Curtis, my house is open. If you need a place today, let me know you're coming. You're good to go. I mean, Ron said you could probably even crash at his house. We'll get you lodging. You don't have to pay for nothing. All you have to do, Curtis, book your flight, let me know, and we'll figure out the rest. I'll even buy your game ticket.
Nice.
There's his incentive.
There you go.
You pay for your flight. I got your game ticket and your food for the night.
Nice.
He still won't come, but it's worth a try.
No, but it's a nice offer, though.
It is. Just like I offered to pick him up in Toronto for the only thing that scares me is
2,000 round trip. Wow.
Is it that much? I can't see it being that much, but maybe.
Hey, you never know these days.
True.
He's obviously done some research into it, so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm currently cooking up something that might be very entertaining. I mean, I'll talk to you off stream about it, but I might have something I'm doing this summer that should be a lot of fun too.
Okay.
So
does it involve a Chinese finger trap?
Maybe. No. I'm just kidding about it.
No.
Ketchup. Like Dave Portnoy always said on the One Bite Out. Ketchup.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
My ass.
Yeah.
See, Matt's a smart one. When he goes live on his Twitch, he puts the mature audiences only.
Yeah.
I might have to start looking into that idea.
Yeah, but I don't know about that because then we couldn't be on. There'd be no content.
You actually make a really good point.
That's a lot of pressure to be mature.
Well, like they always say, you gotta go up sometime.
Yeah.
And I know tomorrow night won't be the night.
No, it will not.
But
tomorrow night will be epic. It will be the thing that TikToks were made of.
Yeah, so Curtis, there you go. Curtis, I have a job for you, buddy. If you're not coming on the camera, fine. But I have a job specifically for Curtis. Okay?
Okay.
Curtis, I expect 5 clips of the most hilarious moments tomorrow night. Send them to me, Ron. If you can get a hold of Matt, send them to Matt. We're going to blow TikTok up by storm.
Because you know there's going to be content.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a world of content tomorrow night.
Yeah, man.
But I pretty much think that wraps up tonight, though.
Yeah, is there anything we missed? Anybody in the chat? Anything we forgot to talk about tonight?
Like I said, saving WrestleMania results for Thursday night, because if I start talking about them, Matt's going to be mad, because I know he's juiced up about Thursday night.
Yeah.
Go Yankees. I'm a Yankees and Orioles fan. How is that possible? How could you like two teams?
Yankees and the Orioles?
That don't make sense.
That's like being an Eagles and a Cowboys fan.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I know we try to stay mature on the show, but that's a little bit immature. Are you trying to get me banned?
Ah, that's no good.
Do you know who watches these shows?
Who?
We have reputations, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
That's like telling me that I'm allowed to invite Sam back on my show when the Phillies and the Astros are playing, so he can sit here and wear his Astros jersey and say, "Oh, I like the best team in baseball."
Yeah, well, that's okay. We say it's like saying Candyman 3 times. You mention a fan from that city in Texas 3 times, and he pops up in the chat.
Jeez,
that's what happened the last time.
Damn.
Yeah.
1,800.
That's crazy.
Damn.
We'll mail you a hot dog.
I would say start a GoFundMe account, but geez.
Yeah.
Don't feel so bad. I live in Canada. Fly to Toronto is almost 3,300. The fly to Toronto. Holy shit. The hell are you Canadians doing up there?
They don't want anybody to leave.
I guess not. Now, says Curtis, did you hear my job? I gave you a job tomorrow night, Curtis. Did you hear what your job is, or do you need me to repeat it? I might need to repeat it. So, see what he said. But yeah, the whole Candyman thing. That's why I turned around and looked at myself. I was like, yeah, I am in the basement now. I'm kind of
making sure there's no mirrors around.
Yeah, I don't have a door up on it, so.
Okay.
Curtis says, can I repeat it? Sure. So, Curtis, your job for tomorrow evening. I know you said that you want to be just hanging out and chat. That's fine. But tomorrow we're playing Never Have I Ever live on the show. It's going to be out of control, immature as hell, funny as hell. So, Curtis, your job for tomorrow night, I want at least 5 clips of the most out of control content you think that is on tomorrow night's show and send either to myself, Ron, Matt, Morgan, anybody that you can think of, because we're going to blow TikTok up. So, there's your job. I want 5 clips sent tomorrow. 36-20. Is that UConn winning or?
Gotta be.
I could do that. That's not a problem.
Awesome.
Because I'm horrible at making clips. I can't multitask like that. I'm surprised I'm doing it right now. But yes, if you could do that, Chris, that would be absolutely huge and so much appreciated. Because tomorrow is going to be nuts. Yep, UConn is winning by 16 points.
Wow.
I mean, nothing at San Diego State, but...
Oh, wow. Cody found a partner for tonight.
Oh, you just saw that?
Yeah, I just noticed it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Gary.
That's the main event for tonight. That's going to be epic.
Yeah. Gary in the chat.
Uh-oh, Gary's here. Time to end the show. Just kidding.
He's going to start to get a complex.
Yeah. Good evening, Gary. Hope all is well today, sir. So, the largest lead. I mean... But, no, I mean, since Gary's just tuning in, I know he's a Flyers fan, but Gary, have you watched any of the Phillies games yet this year? Me and Ryan were talking earlier. Don't want to hit the panic button just yet, but it's getting kind of close. Would you say that is accurate? Or am I putting words in your mouth? Is it time to panic if you're a Phillies fan yet? What do you think, Ron?
No, I mean, I figure, we just put together about 120 game winning streak and we'll be good.
So you're talking. Okay.
No, I don't think it's time to panic yet. Really, honestly, traditionally, the Phillies start slow. If you look at where they started last year, where they were when Girardi got fired, they were 9 games under 500.
True.
And they, were within 2 games of the winning the World Series.
True.
So I don't think there's any reason to panic right now.
Okay.
It looks like Bryce is coming back earlier than planned. The bats are alive. I think Bohm is going to have a career year. I think that Trey Turner is definitely going to be a big factor. So if we can just get the pitching on track, I think that we'll be okay.
Jay says the same thing. Too soon to panic.
Too soon to panic, yeah.
But the 120 game winning streak, I know it doesn't happen in that movie, but it just reminds me of a movie.
Okay.
Major League.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they have the cardboard cutout of Rachel Dawes.
Yeah.
And Lou Brown, every time you win, a piece comes off.
There you go.
So maybe the Phillies need to do something like that.
Wow. But with like a cutout of the Fanatic or something?
Jeez. Yeah, because John Middleton wouldn't look too good in lingerie.
No. Can't say he does.
And then Dave Dombrowski, no.
So I didn't realize it until today. I happened to see a clip from Moneyball with Brad Pitt. And actually, there's a spot in the movie where he makes a trade with Dave Dombrowski.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So that was kind of neat.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and check that out.
Yep.
Just like I was at the thrift store the other day, and since we had talked about it, I want to say 1 or 2 weeks ago, I bought the movie we were talking about.
Okay.
Do you remember what movie that was?
We talk about a lot of movies, man.
Well, it was okay. We talked about it specifically on a Monday night. Kevin Costner, Jennifer Gardner.
Oh, yeah. Draft Day.
Yep, I found it on Blu-ray for $2.
Nice.
And I haven't watched it, but I always remember one quote when he's talking to one owner about getting his draft picks back. I want all my draft picks back, and I want David Putney.
David Putney. Yep. Putney, the punt returner.
You pancake-eating motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And Dennis Leary's the coach.
Yeah. He looked very odd in that role, I'm not going to lie.
And Frank Langella is the owner.
Yep. Any new NFL news updates for this time of year?
Well, we went through a couple things earlier. We talked about there's some rumors out there about the 49ers possibly having some interest in Kirk Cousins. And then we kind of speculated a little bit on the Eagles and where they might go with their picks, and trying to put out of my mind the possibility that they're going to draft that running back.
Yeah, from Texas.
From Texas, Bijan Robinson at 10. When they really should be looking at like a D tackle or an edge rusher.
Yeah, I hear you.
And the possibility of Arizona cutting DeAndre Hopkins to save $19.45 million on their cap. That was a couple of the things we talked about earlier. And my pick for the Eagles at 30, which was Howard, the offensive tackle from Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if you.
Jones. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was closing the shop. You don't need to be sorry, man. That happens. But
no, you're good.
You did hear the Eagles did sign a defensive tackle, though, right?
Yes.
I know I can't pronounce his first name, but his last name is Street.
Yeah.
He's a defensive tackle from New Orleans.
Kadarius Street, I believe it
Yes.
is. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's pretty young.
I think he's 26.
So do you still think they need another upgrade at defensive tackle? Because now you think about it, that makes them have what 5 on the roster.
Right.
You got Cox, Davis, Street. I really like Milton Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, he's more of that rotational defensive tackle, but the kid's pretty good.
Yeah. I think they use a still keep a heavy rotation. I think that they're still not 100% sold on Jordan Davis, but they're going to give him every opportunity. And you never know when Fletch goes down. They got to make sure that they, even if they get a kid and get him on a practice squad, even. I mean,
True.
Or take one of these other guys that they picked up and maybe practice squad them and take your draft pick and put them on the active roster.
True. The only other position I might consider them looking at, I'm not gonna say running back, so you can forget that.
Okay.
Would be safety.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have 4 right now.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Justin Evans, Terrell Edmonds, Reed Blankenship, and Kayvon Wallace.
Yeah.
And at 10, the one that pops out to me is that safety from Alabama, Branch.
Yeah, that might be a little high for him though. At 10, I don't know that he's a top 10 pick.
Okay, now, but say like I had brought up earlier, the possibility of possibly maybe trading back.
Yeah, I mean, if you trade it back into the 20s, you could probably still get him.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to go. He'll probably go somewhere in the mid 20s.
Because now you brought back Darius Slay and James Bradbury, you don't need to address cornerback.
Right.
So that throws out like Gonzalez, a Porter Jr., people like that, Weatherspoon. So your cornerbacks are pretty much solidified as the 3 you have starting from last year: Slay, Bradbury, and Maddox are going to be your top 3.
Yeah.
So,
true.
Jack wants to know, when is the NFL draft? It is the last weekend in April.
April, yeah.
I have the dates right here. Give me 1 second. I have it on my calendar. I thought I did. No, I just didn't. But Jack, it is April 27th, 28th, 29th. So.
It's the first night Thursday?
Yes.
Thursday, right?
Thursday's always round 1 now.
Round 1 on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday.
Yep, Friday is rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then Saturday is the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, they started doing it a couple years back. It makes sense because, don't get me wrong, back in the day, I would take off all weekend to watch the draft. I would take off that Saturday and Sunday and just be glued to my TV.
Yeah.
So, is it different now that you have the 3-day window? Absolutely. But it's better. It's more spaced out.
Right. But it is a late night on Thursday because they don't start till late. So.
Yeah. Very true.
Any comment on the Sixers?
I mean,
from Gary?
They're definitely going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're definitely playoff bound. They got to work on consistency. They had a nice little win streak going, and they lost that one game the other night. Bad shooting performances, but if they can lock down consistency and keep Embiid healthy going forward down the stretch, they should be able to make a good, solid run.
Well, it's funny. I'm more concerned about Harden than Embiid at this point. I think Harden's hurt now. He looks like he's playing a little different than he was a couple weeks ago. Okay. I think that hamstring is probably bothering him again. It looks like he's laboring up and down the court a little bit. I think that they pretty much are locked into their seed. I think they're probably looking at a 4.
Okay.
They're not going to make 1 or 2, obviously. No. I think they're going to be at best case scenario a 3, worst case scenario like a 4 or 5, probably a 4.
I would still give them
so being in the 4 seed, they'll still get some home playoff games. they're streaky. It's plain and simple. They're just streaky right now. And is it possible that maybe they're laying back a little bit because they really don't have to go, you know, balls to the wall right now? It's not going to affect their seeding when they can just get a little healthier leading into the playoffs. If they can be healthier than they've been the last couple of years going in, and we don't have Embiid taking games off, in the first round.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big part of what goes on. And if Harden can, tough it out, because Harden's had a great year. He's, assist wise, just he's playing good basketball, but he's just, I think that hamstring's been bugging him all year.
That, I know he had a slight Achilles injury, if I'm not mistaken, not too long ago neither.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And Achilles is one thing you don't want an injury this late in the season, because if he does something to Achilles, chances are he's not coming back.
Yep.
So, all right, Curtis, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Have a wonderful night. We will see you in chat tomorrow night for
Thanks, Curtis.
A fun show.
Yeah.
But
who's the best team in basketball right now?
Let's see. I can pull it up record-wise real quick. Hold on. One button.
Celtics, Bucks.
Denver's up there again.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, Philly.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
The true heartwarming story of the season, the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
They actually clinched the playoff spot already.
Been a while.
And actually, right now, the Sixers are a 3 seed.
Yeah. Like I said, they're 3 or 4.
Yeah, they are 2.5 games up right now in Cleveland for the 3 seed.
Yeah.
So that they would get the 6 seed, which is Brooklyn right now. So, but my question is, what do you think of the play-in tournament, 7, 8, 9, 10? Do you like that or no?
Nah.
Have you ever tuned in to watch any of it?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I understand why they're doing it, but it just, it doesn't make sense to me.
Fair enough. I think they were just trying to get more teams involved in the whole playoff thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a revenue generator, but I think that the NBA is the one league that it's tough to do, just because of the nature of the game.
Mm-hmm. And Jack says the draft will be at Union Station in Kansas City. It's the first time that a city or state hosted the NFL draft. No, not necessarily true, Jack. Philadelphia has hosted the draft. Las Vegas hosted it last year.
Dallas.
Cleveland had it the 1 year. So they're trying to move. I like it that they're trying to move the draft around. Every team hosts it. So that makes it more entertaining, I guess you can say, in a way.
Yeah. Well, now since Philly set the bar a few years ago, everyone since has tried to one up.
Yeah. Where is the NFL draft going to be held? Kansas
City.
Oddly enough, Gary, Kansas City hosts the draft this year, given the fact they won the Super Bowl. So, like I was telling Ron, you best believe when Kansas City picks in the first round, if they hold on to it, they're going to bring that damn trophy out and rub it in everybody's face, because the Eagles are projected to pick right before them. So, they say there's no animosity between the two teams. I doubt that.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Oh, I do too. And the NBA playoffs is on 4/17, so about 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks from today.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one sport starts picking up, and you got 2 sports getting ready to end.
And Jack's dog's birthday.
Yeah, and Jack's birthday. Yeah. Damn, we got a busy month.
Yeah. There you go.
But the last thing I will say before we end the night, I know Ron's favorite sport in the whole entire world.
NASCAR.
We had a race this weekend. I Some of the highlights, pretty boring race to say the least. Hendrick Sports.
Duh.
Hendrick Motorsports pretty much dominated it. Kyle Larson picked up the win, and a fill-in driver for Chase Elliott, who's been out with a broken leg, got second place. So that was pretty cool to see. But yeah, I mean, no, not your birthday, Jack. Your dog's birthday. But next week they went from Richmond. I think they're going to the Bristol Dirt Race Sunday night for Easter Sunday. Martinsville, then they go to Talladega, then they end April in Dover. So
Exactly, Gary. That's what I'm talking about.
I saw your eyes light up. I was like, oh,
Left turn.
Hey, last week they did 20 turns, okay, because they were on a road course last weekend. You guys can hate me all you want, okay? I grew up on that, so leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's why I always save it towards the end of the night, just so I can get that pun in and shove it to you.
Yeah, no problem. So how many of your cousins watched with you?
Why, last night? Well, considering I watched the highlights at 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up alone, so I guess nobody.
Oh, well, must have been a slow week.
Yeah, I guess so. You're wrong. You're mean.
I don't know. I just think that whenever you do the NASCAR results, I should play banjo.
Yeah.
Near.
I'll save you the trouble. What was that? I'll stop playing this, okay? We'll add some music to the commentary.
Nice.
And I can play that music because it's background music on StreamYard, so it's technically allowed. What is the status of the Kansas City quarterback getting fined playing hurt on drugs? I don't think nothing ever really came.
Nothing's ever going to happen with that. That's even though it wasn't a drug that was on the approved list, that wasn't technically a performance enhancer. It was just a stronger anti-inflammatory than what is normally used for that particular type of injury. So there's really nothing that points to the fact that it's performance enhancing in any way.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a rumor, Gary, pretty much, yes.
Yeah. Started by some sore loser Eagles fan, no doubt.
Yeah, probably. Wow, that's an upset on Raw. I don't know if you're watching that in the background or not still.
Yeah, I got it.
They just had a women's tag team match. It was a pretty big upset.
Yeah.
But, the Miz coming up next. Another impromptu match for the Miz. But, I won't start talking about wrestling. We'll save that.
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap up the show. What do you think, Ron?
I agree. I think we covered all the bases for tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Renaissance Ridgeback.
Mandy is his dog.
Yeah, I know Mandy, but I'm trying to.
Rhodesian Ridgeback.
I never heard that kind of dog. I'm gonna have to look up a picture of that. That sounds like a big ass dog.
Yeah.
Ridgeback.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
I'll have to do some research on that one, Jack.
Yeah, man.
But no, I think it was a fun night. We covered a lot.
Yep, absolutely, and a great week to come. Starting with the craziness tomorrow night. Anybody who's still with us here and wants to see exactly how crazy this channel can get, I think tomorrow is definitely the night to watch.
Yeah. Never have I ever. And I'm not going to explain the game now. Just watch tomorrow night.
Or if you can't watch it live, watch the replay.
Yeah. That show might break the internet. I hope we get some good commentary tomorrow night. We'll have some amongst ourselves, things amongst ourselves that we can say. But if you're in the chat and you have one, you can also, we'll let chat participation go too.
So if you try to tune in Wednesday and we were banned, you'll know why.
Yeah, Wednesday night's my night. I'm still working on trying to get my guest. See if I can get another guest on for Wednesday night. I've been trying. I haven't heard from him yet, so nothing is confirmed. But I will be on. And last week we talked about various like Nintendo 64 games, GameCube. I mean, it's just a very laid back, fun conversation. So, and then Thursday night we will have Dawson Studio to go over WrestleMania. I don't know if we're doing all the matches in one night or if we're going to split it amongst 2 weeks, but we will be going over WrestleMania 39 and many ups, downs, question marks, etc. And then Friday night is Friday night movie night. I know we won't have Miss Andrew this Friday night. She is seeing the Mario movie, so we'll get a report on her next week. So I'm pretty sure I have you joining, Ron.
That is correct.
And we haven't decided exactly what we'll be talking about yet. Some type of crazy list that we find on IMDb, but that's always a fun conversation.
Always.
So, and I'm also working on trying to get a guest for that show as well in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
When are we doing 80s theme song TV show night? I know Morgan had actually. That's funny that Track brings that up. Because we had talked a couple weeks ago, and Morgan, I think you had said something about it, wants to do a throwback week.
Yeah.
Where we just do nothing but older, old school stuff. Like it's like a traditional like throwback week, starting with Sports Night on Monday night, talking about all the old like sporting events in like the 80s and stuff like that. Morgan wants to do a throwback entertainment night with like the different TV shows and stuff from back in the day. So we could go like retro video gaming. Now we can do like old school wrestling in the show, and then a throwback movie night. So she wants to do a whole week of nothing but throwbacks.
That sounds neat.
So the more we get that plan, Jack, I will put something in the groups page and let everybody know how it works. But yeah, I mean that's in the works of throwback week.
I'll say that'll definitely be a part of that week at some point.
So yeah, I mean, we're Monday through Friday now. So if you just tuning in for the first time, if you're looking in the chat, I hope you come back and join us for a lot of fun. That's all we like to do on the show is have fun. Like, I mean, anything that you would like to add, Bob?
No, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. I mean, we appreciate you guys stopping by. We always have a good time. We're here every night of the week. There's something for everybody. Yeah. So, pick your night. If you can't join us live, make sure you catch us on the replay. You can catch every back show on YouTube. You can catch replays on Facebook. I mean, wherever it is it's convenient for you, you can find us. Make sure you like and follow so that you can find us easier. But, yeah, I mean, that's what we do. We're here for you guys. We appreciate your participation and being a part of the show, because that's really what drives us is, kind of connecting with you guys and making sure that we're talking about the things that you guys want to talk about too. Otherwise, it's just me and John talking, and quite frankly, after a while, I could see where you guys wouldn't dig that so much.
That pretty much sums up. Like, chat participation is the reason I wanted to do these live. Yes, you can sit and listen to a regular podcast and just tune in and listen, but I figured the whole live aspect would bring a different element to the show, and it definitely has.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think I made a right decision when I said, hey, I'm going to take this live instead of just doing recordings. I mean, the page has blossomed humongously. We're up over 320 followers on Facebook now. We got over 50 on YouTube, Twitch. We're so close to 50 on that. And I'm working on my TikTok game. I gotta start clipping stuff more. So, yeah, big return right there.
Yep.
But yeah, the last half hour this should be pretty good tonight. So.
Yep.
But yeah.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you, Gary. Thanks for the comment there.
Oh, absolutely.
We appreciate you too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in the chat we appreciate. So
Absolutely.
me and my family go every year. Go to Woodwich every year. It's in Howley, Pennsylvania. Never heard of Woodwich. I don't know if you ever have or not. So
No. Woodlock?
Woodlock. Yeah, I would have to look that up too.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, I mean, just if you're always in here. We appreciate you. If you drop a like on the stream, if you drop a share, shares help a lot because that branches our audience out even more when people share it. So yeah, just we're here to stay. As long as I have the 4 people I have helping me, I'm gonna keep doing this. So
yep,
we're just here to have fun. So
you got it. Absolutely true, John.
Thanks to Jack, Gary chiming in that. We had Curtis in chat for a while. We had Jack John Campbell on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we had 2 Jacks in chat.
Yep.
Said Curtis. We had Matt making an appearance tonight. He never answered our question about who he had winning the Masters. That's okay.
No.
We got a why is that from Matt though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he was on Twitch for a while on Doris. Curtis was on Twitch, which is always cool. So Woodlock Resort. It's a fun resort. I would have to look that up. I'll do that later tonight since I am off tomorrow. I get to sleep in a little bit, but I also have some stuff to do.
Yep.
But I want to enjoy the day too because it's supposed to be like 74 degrees.
Oh, nice.
So
awesome.
Other than that, we will be back tomorrow night. I think we're starting at 9 tomorrow night.
Okay.
It's the Basement Show on TikTok. Yes, it is, Gary. So if you go on TikTok, just type in the Basement Show with Mr. Knast like you would on Twitch. So if you see the Twitch name at the bottom of the screen, the TikTok name is the same exact thing. So
and you will find a couple of funny clips on there that are already on there, and then I'm sure we're going to be adding some after tomorrow.
Yep, I hope so. I mean, I didn't
everything from Barbie Girl to confetti cannons.
Yep.
And if that doesn't make you tune in and check it out, I don't know what will.
Yep. And Jack said there's a new app called Kick. I have looked into it. I haven't branched out to it yet. I mean, that's something that the group has to discuss. But for right now, we're still just live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So maybe in time we might branch out and try Kick. Because I heard you could get away with a little bit more. But I have to look into it more. So I'm not going to say, hey, we're going to go live on there tomorrow night because I don't know much about it. So other than that, I just hope everyone has a fun-filled night.
Absolutely.
And see you tomorrow night.
Night, everybody.